Hey everybody, back again talking about Infinite Game this time. Quick review of what I read here. Another Simon Sinek book. This time he's talking about the difference between a finite game and an infinite game. And what he's going in here is how a finite game, everyone knows what that is. Like a football game, you have set start point, set end point, and there's rules that are followed. Everyone knows how the game's played. Everyone knows the objective of the game. And there's certain players that are in it, and you can choose to join it, be a part of it, or even when to stop. With an infinite game, though, the game has no real set beginning and no real set end time. He talks about life being an infinite game because people join, people take part when they're born, but the world, the universe as a whole is infinite. There's a part that happened before you were here, there's a part that happened after, and people continue to join, different times. People continue to leave at different times, and it's more of a question of, when you get to partake and how you get to use your time when you're in that game versus will you join. So overall, it was an interesting read. There were some parts of it that were better than others. In general, this book was okay. By no means was it a favorite of mine. There's some chapters I enjoyed more than others. There's other chapters that were just beyond dry and just a hard read for me personally. But it did have some interesting standpoints and interesting concepts I did try to take and bring to my, my personal life and my business as well. I did enjoy the concepts about how the infinite game is how business should be operated, and that it should be more than just, setting out to make a profit. If you're just looking to go out there, reach your bottom line and, have everything go as predicted and have your projections be matched, then you're setting out for, success in the short term, but not necessarily the long term, because you're not really looking to adapt and change and evolve. You're looking to keep it a stability and just win the competition. And that can set yourself up for, again, short-term wins, but not necessarily long-term success. You can see this in prior companies. He referenced Apple. Steve Jobs was an infinite-minded leader, and that's why Apple was set out on a course to, that brought them to the success they are now. They went out to, make a difference in the world. More importantly, provide software that and hardware for the average everyday person to use, so they can contend with big corporations, actually have an impact on the local and global economy without having Big Brother watching over them. So it was a combination of both privacy as well as just overarching ability to perform and work without having a corporate standing. When Jobs left and they replaced him with a different leader, that person had more of a finite mindset, and Apple started to, go into some turmoil, started to crumble within them. With that said, Jobs came back, they had him come back, and Apple started to succeed again. So if you take a finite concept, you may only look towards, again, reaching that certain objective. When you get to that point, then what? It's over. Or if you're not there yet, you may do, if you're a corporation, you may do things such as layoffs, cost cutting, and decreasing value in the product, whatever it may be, to get to the part that you need to. And that's not necessarily, that's not a key to success. That's a long-term disadvantage. It might help in the short term, but again, in the prosperity of the company, it won't be there. And the same can be true for your life. If you take working out, that's an infinite game. You may set finite objectives to, bench X amount or reach, X weight. But if you stop as soon as you get there, you'll end up falling back to where you were before or worse, right? If you wanted to, lose weight and get to 150 pounds and you were at 200 pounds beforehand, once you get to 150, if you stop eating healthy and go back to the diet you had prior, you're going to return to your original weight. And the same could be said, with working out. If you're starting to bench a certain weight or run a certain amount of miles, if you stop participating in training, then your results go away. So by keeping that in mind, your health, your whether it be working out, your nutrition, your diet, that would all be an infinite-minded concept. And if you have that, then you're able to go past just the certain objectives and actually make it a lifestyle. And that's what he was helping bring to focus. Is it's the concept of a lifestyle. It's your just cause. It's more than your why. He explained that the why is living in the past. It's a reason for who you are and for what you do, but your just cause is what you're striving for. It's the future. Now, the why is individual to you as a person or to a company. Only one person can have it, or only one company can have that why. But a just cause can be yours, or it can be borrowed. It can be somebody else's. So what that means is you can create your own just cause, and you can follow it and go after it, and others can too. Or you can join into somebody else's cause and follow and strive for that. It's a really unique concept because it allows you to build that camaraderie with others. You don't have to do it alone. It's not just you, and it's something that you can work towards together, whether you're on a team, a part of a company, having a fitness group, or a family, whatever it is. You can all have that cause that you're striving for. So again, in general, and a very interesting book. I don't have a whole lot to go off on it. There wasn't too much that stood out to me. It mainly just brings up different points that make you think. They talk about having a worthy rival, and they explain. Simon explains that as someone that pushes you to fight for that just cause more. It helps you get to that point, and it doesn't have to be someone that matches everything that you're looking for. You can have rivals in different aspects. Take for instance that health and fitness. You can have a worthy rival that is in the fitness component. You can have another worthy rival that is in the diet. You can have another worthy rival that's in, that could be something else that you enjoy, your hobby, whatever it is, right? It doesn't have to be the same person. In fact, it could be multiple people. But if you find that one person that isn't doing it worse than you, you don't want to be able to just, overpower them every time if it's a competition, quote unquote. But you also don't want to be outmatched all the time. You want someone that's going to help you and push you and give you that last ditch effort to continue to move on and progress forward. And at times, worthy rivals do appear and disappear. It's when they're gone that it's hardest to go for that infinite game, because then you have to do it all alone. There's no one else there to compete with, because again, humans are competition focused. We like to have that finite mindset, so it helps to have someone there that may give you finite goals, but it helps you, but still forces you and keeps you on that infinite path. All in all, though, he does again talk about some other concepts, whether it be ethical fading, or just having the courage to lead. And I think the biggest takeaways there is you have to be able to find your own cause or join one that you agree with, and it needs to be a real just cause. It needs to expand beyond just the moment. It has to have a never ending future. It has to be something you're striving for, always looking to gain and always looking to go for, but never really reachable. It has to have that unattainability that always just out of reach, even as you continue to get closer. It could be something as simple as instead of working to be rid of poverty, we could be working to empower all citizens. It's a little different. You're not looking to get rid of a negative, you're looking to increase a positive. And those were some big takeaways there. You could use that for anything. It could be as simple as, I'm not trying to lose weight. The negative, I'm trying to create a better lifestyle, a better healthy habits for myself. One of them just picks you up, the other one is more of a cut down. Despite the fact they receive and are aiming for the same objective, the same end goal, there are different progresses and processes that can get you there, and one has a higher chance of success. Because again, if you take the positive approach, despite the fact it's going to the same end goal as the negative mindset, one of them is just more likely to succeed. One of them is more likely to have others join and take part. So that's something that I am going to try to do with different things, whether it be personal or professional, and that's something I would encourage you to do as well, is to take a positive mindset. Again, I'm not trying to lose weight, I'm trying to increase my health. You could use that for anything and everything. But again, having that courage to lead, you can use it for yourself, be able to take that first step, find out who you are, first figure out your why, and then find out what it is you really want to work for in life, and find a just cause, whether it's your own or someone else's. And then you just keep going from there. So again, quick recap. I know this one's a short one, but overall, an interesting book. By no means I don't think it'd be one I'd read again, but it does make you think. It does bring some key points and different ideas to mind. If you're looking for, a sit-down read that has ups and downs and has different aspects in it that will put your mind to work, this is one of those ones that'll do it. I've read some of his other books. Leaders Eat Last. I did like that book a lot. If you're going to read one of his books, I definitely would recommend that one first. That's Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. Right now, the next book I'm going on to is Give and Take by Adam Grant. I have it right here. So if that's something you're interested in, this is the one I'm reading now. So I'll put the links in the show notes if you want to read the one I just finished, or if you want to jump in and join in this one here. In fact, in Simon's book, he talks about Adam a bit. Apparently they were competitors at first. They were rivals. And at first he saw him in the finite mindset that if Adam succeeded, he couldn't. Eventually they end up meeting each other, introduced each other, and got to know each other, and realized that if one succeeds, it doesn't take away from the success of the other one. So in fact, they both embrace a more infinite mindset, as Simon talks about, and now help each other, proofread each other's work, and have gain success not only for each other, but for themselves, and through each other's help and actions. So I thought it was kind of neat that I grabbed both these books in tandem, and they happen to be correlated through the authors too. But again, this one's on The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek, and the next one, Adam Grant's Give and Take. So let's get to it.